So, you probably already know what's going to happen from the color of the screen, but just, this is insane. Project Baki is a game coded by many different developers, which is not a secret. This has many upsides to it, such as developers being able to work on the styles that they want to, and content just coming generally faster. However, one of the largest side effects of this system is that these devs don't communicate with each other. This leads to multiple devs doing the same thing in a different way, leading to a notorious amount of bugs as well as stacking damage multipliers. Modes, and the damage multipliers that come along with them, are an extremely valuable tool in Project Baki. After all, being able to end the fight faster creates less time in which you can die. This begs the question, how can we get the most damage multipliers possible? Well, typically in Baki, 90% of the modes that you will come across will not stack, and one will override the other, typically the one that is used first. These modes are usually the ones where you press a button in order to activate them, and after the duration of their buffs, they end. Here we see the result of trying to use Buso Haki in conjunction with Nico's advance. During the advance, 13M1 damage is being dealt, but after using Buso Haki, 13M1 damage is still being dealt. We know that advance and Buso Haki both give damage multipliers, but why is the damage not increasing further? This is because both of these modes fall under that general definition, resulting in the one, being the advanced, overriding the other. With that said, some damage multipliers do not follow this rule of one overriding the other. These damage multipliers often have an alternative condition to activate them. Common examples of these include any PvE scaling style, such as Yujiro or Sungjin Woo. Also, Black Flash, or critical hits that have to land their luck-based check in order to give their damage multiplier. And lastly, Simple Domain, which requires you to be inside the circle to receive the damage boost. Here we see Nico's Advanced and Simple Domain being activated together. This actually does increase the damage even further than what would just be from Advanced, jumping the damage from 13 all the way to 19 damage per M1. One of the most effective of these types of damage multipliers is Night Vision, which gives 2 instances of damage multipliers, both with checks. Firstly, there's a PvE damage multiplier, which checks if you're hitting an NPC, and an undead damage multiplier, which checks if the opponent has an undead style. With that said, there are many use cases for this information, the most obvious being the ability to deal insane amounts of damage at a time. In addition to what was shown in the intro, to showcase this is a video of Reg's mode being combined with true Bakurocho Brawler to just completely obliterate people's HP and one-shot them. But this can go much deeper. For one, Taunt is actually a damage multiplier with a coefficient of less than 1. Because of this, when interacting with other modes, Taunt, which normally decreases damage, can become entirely ineffective, shown here from Taunt being used on Nico's Advance, and the 13M1 damage not changing. One of the most overpowered of these use cases is a strange interaction between damage multipliers and executes. Weirdly enough, damage multipliers actually increase execution range. Here are 2 examples of this. One is a person being executed from roughly half HP by Dante's move while combined with Spinal Cord Sword, and the other being the Shakedown boss being executed from a very high HP by Yujiro Elbow's move while being in Simple Domain. Generally though, if you wish to exploit this mode stacking yourself, I recommend you do your own testing. I honestly tried to find specific damage calculations for this video, but it seemed that every ability had a different formula. So go get out there and start abusing damage multipliers, and see you next time.